My sister demanded I kick my daughter out of my own house so her boyfriend could move in. I smiled. 2 days later, she was homeless just like him. Mom called me, panicking. My sister's voice cut through the Sunday morning quiet. You need to kick Sophie out. I looked up from my coffee. Kitchen table, sunlight streaming through the window, smell of bacon still lingering in the air from breakfast. What? Rachel leaned against the counter, arms crossed, confident. Sophie's 19 now. She's an adult. She should get her own place. Derek needs to move in here. I blinked, set down my mug carefully. Derek, your boyfriend of 3 months. Yes, he needs somewhere to stay. His situation fell through. He got evicted. That's not fair. For not paying rent. For 6 months. Rachel's jaw tightened. He had a rough patch. Everyone deserves a second chance. So does my daughter, who lives here, in her home. She's an adult now. Time for her to grow up, get independent. Sophie was upstairs in her room. My daughter, 19 years old, sophomore in college, living at home to save money, studying engineering, making me proud every day. This is my house, Rachel. Actually, she smiled, cold, calculated. It's Mom's house, and I already talked to her. She agrees with me. Sophie needs to move out. My blood went cold. Everything stopped. The house was in Mom's name, legally hers. She'd bought it 20 years ago when she and Dad were still together. Let me move in after my divorce 7 years ago when I had nothing. Paid the mortgage while I got back on my feet. I'd been paying her rent ever since. 15 years total, but the deed was still in her name. I'd never questioned it. Mom said you'd kick out Sophie, her granddaughter. She said family helps family. Derek is practically family now. We're serious, and he needs help. I gripped my coffee mug, knuckles white. He's homeless because he's irresponsible. He's 34 years old and works part-time at a gas station. Her face flushed red. You're so judgmental, so high and mighty. This is exactly why Mark left you. This is why you're divorced. I felt it, that familiar sting, the carefully aimed words designed to hurt, to make me feel small. I stayed quiet, breathed, counted to 5. Fine, I said, voice calm. Let me talk to Mom first. Rachel smiled, victory already in her eyes. She's expecting your call. I called Mom that afternoon, 3 o'clock. Sophie was at her study group. Hi, sweetie. Did you tell Rachel I'd kick out Sophie for her boyfriend? Long pause. Well, Rachel did mention that Derek needs help, and Sophie is an adult now. She should be independent. I'm paying you $1,800 a month to live here. I know, honey, but Rachel's really struggling right now. Derek's a nice boy. He's just had some bad luck. He's 34 years old, and he got evicted for not paying rent. Everyone deserves a second chance. You of all people should understand that. My jaw clenched. So you want me to kick out my daughter, your granddaughter, for Rachel's unemployed boyfriend? Don't be so dramatic. Sophie can find an apartment. She's smart. She'll figure it out. With what money? She's a full-time student. You'll help her. You always do. You're good at that. Something in her tone, dismissive. Like I was a problem solver, a tool. So that's your final decision. It's what's best for the family. Rachel needs this. I hung up, sat there at the kitchen table, staring at nothing, at the walls of the house I'd lived in for 7 years, the house I'd made into a home, new paint, new fixtures, garden in the backyard, Sophie's height marks on the doorframe. Then I opened my laptop, pulled up my bank records, online banking, transaction history, filtered for payments to Mom, 15 years of rent payments, $1,800 every single month, never once late, never once missed. I did the math, $324,000. Over $300,000 I'd paid my mother over 15 years, for a house she'd bought for $180,000 in 2003. I called my lawyer, personal attorney, had used him for the divorce. I need to know my rights. I've been paying rent to my mother for 15 years. No written lease, no contract. Can she legally evict me? He sighed. Without a lease agreement? Yes. She can give you 30-day notice. Standard month-to-month tenancy. What if I've been paying significantly above market rate? How much above? Market rate for this area is about $1,200. I've been paying $1,800. Silence. Then, for how long? 15 years. That's interesting. You might have a case for equity interest in the property, especially if you've made improvements. I renovated the entire kitchen, replaced the roof 3 years ago, new HVAC system, new flooring, all out of my own pocket. Do you have receipts? Documentation? Every single one. I keep everything. Send them to me. Right now. All of them. I did. Spent 2 hours scanning and emailing. $87,000 in improvements. All documented. All paid by me. That night, I told Sophie nothing. Just hugged her extra tight before bed. Told her I loved her, that she was safe, that this was her home. Rachel called the next morning. Smug. Satisfied. Mom's giving you 30 days. Official notice. Better start packing. Okay. Pause. That's it? Just okay? What else do you want me to say? I don't know. Maybe thank me for not making it sooner. Derek needs to move in ASAP. I smiled. She couldn't see it over the phone. Thank you, Rachel, for making this so clear. She laughed. You're welcome. Maybe this will teach you some humility. She hung up. Satisfied. Victorious. I called my lawyer back immediately. I found something, he said before I could speak. Something important. Your mother took out a second mortgage on the house 8 years ago. Did you know about this? No, she never mentioned it. She borrowed $95,000, used the house as collateral, and according to county records, the payments are behind, significantly behind, 3 months delinquent. I sat up straighter. How behind? Foreclosure notice notice was issued last week. She has 60 days before the bank takes possession. I felt it, the click, the pieces falling into place. Send me everything, all the documentation. He did, within an hour. Foreclosure notice, payment history, original loan documents. That evening, I made a call to the bank, spoke to the foreclosure department, made an offer, cash buyout, full amount owed plus all fees and penalties, $98,000 total. I had it. Savings from 15 years of working overtime. Money I'd been saving for Sophie's college expenses. They accepted immediately, desperate to close. Paperwork completed within 48 hours. 2 days later, the deed transferred. Recorded with the county. Official, legal, permanent. I owned the house. Called mom first. She answered on the second ring. Hi, sweetie. I bought your house. Silence. Complete silence. What? You were 3 months behind on your mortgage. In foreclosure. I bought it from the bank. Cash. It's mine now. The deed is in my name. You can't do that. I can. I did. The deed transferred yesterday. County records are public. You can check. This is my house. I've lived here for 20 years. Not anymore. You have 30 days to remove your belongings from my property. Just like you were going to give me. You're kicking me out? Yes. Family helps family, right? I'm helping you learn about consequences. This is insane. You can't do this to your own mother. You were going to do it to your own daughter, to your granddaughter, for Rachel's unemployed boyfriend. She started crying. Please, I have nowhere to go. You'll figure it out. You're good at that. I hung up, called Rachel next. She answered immediately. Hey, I was just about to text you about moving dates. You have 30 days to vacate? What are you talking about? I own the house now. Mom was in foreclosure, 3 months behind. Didn't tell you that, did she? I bought it from the bank. It's mine. You're being evicted. Silence. Then, you're lying. You're just trying to scare me. Check the county records. Deed transferred 2 days ago. I'm the legal owner. You're a tenant with no lease. 30 days. You can't kick me out. I live here. This is my home. You live in mom's rental property. Mom doesn't own it anymore. I do. And I'm exercising my right to reclaim my property for personal use. Where am I supposed to go? I don't know, Rachel. Where was Sophie supposed to go? Where was your 19-year-old niece supposed to live? That was different. How? Because Sophie is young. She can adapt. I have Derek figure it out. You always said people need to grow up and get their own place. Now it's your turn. Her voice cracked, desperate now. Please, Derek and I have nowhere to go. We have no money. Please. Sounds like you two have a lot in common. Maybe you can get evicted together. This is cruel. No, cruel is trying to make a college student homeless for your deadbeat boyfriend. This is justice. I hung up. Mom called 23 times that day. I didn't answer. Let it ring. Let her panic. Rachel showed up at the door that night, around 9, pounding, crying. Derek's car in the driveway, him standing behind her on the porch. I didn't open the door. Please, Rachel screamed through the door. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was wrong. Sophie came downstairs, hair wet from the shower. Mom, what's happening? It's okay, honey. Go back to your room. Is that Aunt Rachel crying? Yes. Why? Because she's learning a very important lesson. Rachel pounded harder. I have nowhere to go. Mom's kicked me out. Please, I'm your sister. I opened the door, just a crack, chains still on, looked at her tear-stained face, at Derek standing awkwardly behind her, at the desperation in her eyes. Remember what you said about family helping family? She nodded desperately. Yes, family helps family. You're right. Family does help family. That's why Sophie gets to stay in her home, safe, secure, and you get to leave. But I'm your sister. We're blood. And Sophie is my daughter, my child. You wanted to make her homeless for your boyfriend of 3 months. A man you barely know. Now you get to experience exactly what that feels like. Please, I'll do anything. I'll apologize to Sophie. Too late. You made your choice. Now live with it. I closed the door, locked it, deadbolt and chain. Rachel pounded 3 more times, then stopped. I heard voices. Derek saying something, Rachel crying, then car doors, engine starting, driving away. Mom called 5 minutes later from Rachel's phone. I answered. How could you do this? Her voice raw, hysterical. She's your sister. She has nowhere to sleep tonight. She tried to kick out my daughter, your granddaughter. You're being vindictive, cruel. This isn't like you. I'm being a parent. I'm protecting my child, something you apparently forgot how to do. Where is she supposed to go? Where is she supposed to sleep? I don't know, Mom. Where was Sophie supposed to go? Where was my 19-year-old daughter supposed to sleep while Derek moved into her room? Silence. Long silence. You've changed, Mom said quietly. You're not the person I raised. No, I just stopped letting you use me. Stopped letting you walk all over me and my daughter. You'll regret this. The only thing I regret is not doing it sooner. I hung up, blocked both numbers, went upstairs, found Sophie in her room. She looked up from her textbook. Are you okay, Mom? I'm perfect, baby. What happened with Aunt Rachel? She made some bad choices. Now she's dealing with the consequences. Is she really homeless? For now, yes. Sophie was quiet. Then, good. She was mean. She wanted to kick me out. I hugged her. No one is ever kicking you out. This is your home. Forever. She hugged me back, tight. I love you, Mom. I love you too, baby. I went to bed that night and slept better than I had in years.